All right. This is February 21st, 2017 with Liber News. Wow, I was stymied. I had all this material to talk about, but it kind of got trumped with Dinesh Dsouza. I think I'm saying that right. I hope I'm not completely murdering his name. He was speaking live at Columbia University, and he was basically comparing Republicans and Democrats, and his essential thought was to take the race card away from the Democrats, and his method of doing so was, just observing history, the history of the Republicans and history of Democrats, and in that light, you can see how the fact that the Democratic Party is using the race card as a way of garnishing votes, it's extremely hypocritical. Now, I recognize not all the Republicans have been saints. And not all the Democrats have been evil warmongers, but there has been a consistent focus in history. If you read what their implementations were, if you read their approach to politics, you can see how the Democrats have been racist, or at least more so than Republicans. Now, we know today from letters and conversations that, for instance, although Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves, his use of words in some of those conversations would elude one today that he was actually racist. Saying words that would today represent a foul view of someone who isn't white. So, it was just interesting. Definitely go out. I think it was the Young American Foundation who put it on. It was in Columbia University. Definitely check it out. I mean, there's a lot of material there, most of which I'm not educated or really have the time to investigate all of it. But definitely go out and check that video out, man. And if anybody out there can change that to an audio for just posterity, man, that'd be great. I am going to, if I come up with an MP3 version of that lecture, I'll put it on my website, or I'll put it on my Twitter account, and at least give you guys a URL for it, because it definitely needs to be shared. This is a great time in our history where we're able to share information like this. It's great. We're able to communicate somewhat more efficiently if your phone service doesn't die. Wow. That was intense. I don't know. Has anyone out there watched that Hillary's America, The Secret History of the Democratic Party? I was meaning to go out and watch that. I had a couple opportunities here where I live in the Midwest. in the Kansas City, Missouri area, in the metropolitan. I had a couple opportunities, but I guess I had just missed them, being a, work father. And all those guys out there who are single fathers, man, hats off to you guys. It's tough being a single father. It's tough. I've noticed on the for the most part, I don't see a lot of men requesting funds. I don't know if it's out of pride or just that we're a couple of generations into women getting the children and getting alimony and child support and basically extortion. I'm not saying that there's some women out there who shouldn't. I'm not trying to make this a gender issue. I'm just displaying some facts that the narrative seems to point at men don't want their kids. They're selfish. And I'm just trying to at least provide a different perspective. Because I've only met one guy who didn't want anything to do with his children. Okay? And he spent most of his life in the penitentiary. I mean, I don't really know him that well, but I know of him, you see. So, one guy. Even men who've come out of the penitentiary are so adamant about seeing their family. One guy. And of all the men, don't want their children around. It's, I mean, if the opportunity of a divorce happens, they don't want to provide for their family. I've met one guy. No, this is purely experience, I mean, there's going to be experiences that contradict what I'm saying right now. I just kind of want to open the parameters. The narrative shouldn't be that men are selfish or they don't want their kids, And I mean, I kind of jumped off topic, but just want to kind of, I don't know, bring it down home. Acknowledge that there's guys out there doing what they can do. They've got their plate full. They're working 40 hours, picking up their kids from school, dropping them off at daycare in the morning before they go in, feeding them breakfast, waking them up early, doing their homework. I mean, there's lots of guys doing it, man. And I feel you. I'm right there with you. It's hard. And I've got a lot of hobbies. A lot. Too many. Got books I need to read. Do the best I can, but I got all these hobbies. My goodness. Anyways, I hope everyone's doing well. We kind of saw some crazy stuff happen today, huh? I don't know if anybody was watching, especially because it happened during, when most people are at work. But what do you think about that Milo deal? Wow. Here's a guy. I don't know how to put this without coming across crass. I mean, the construction worker in me wants to say some things. I'm going to try to keep it as polite as possible. This guy's gay. Milo Yiannopoulos, right? I'm probably bastardizing his name right now. I apologize, Milo. It's not what I want to do. Goes on a late night talk show, and I believe it was with Drunken Peasants podcast. Look them up. These guys are, I mean, if you looked at these four guys, you would think they were out of like a Leonard Skinner tribute band. I mean, these guys are classic Americana. I mean, total Americana. These guys are funny. And they're hilarious and crass, and they just say what they want. They shoot from the hip. I mean, they're very... I mean, you can tell they're kind of... they remind me a lot of the guys that I used to run around with out in Kansas City. These guys are from the hip, man. They all look like Waylon Jennings, except one. He looks like the lead singer from Leonard Skinner. One of them looks like he just got a haircut. And, I mean, some of the very articulate. I mean, their lexicon is broad. I've heard them talk. I listened to the whole conversation. I listened to their commentary about Milo. I went back and watched and listened to their presentation with Milo. I think it was about a year ago. So Milo gets on, and he is explaining his life. I'll just bring some context. He's explaining his life, and he mentions at some point, and I didn't write down the timestamp, but at some point he talks about his his sexual relation, provoked or not. I can't remember off the top of my head. His sexual relationship with a priest, right? He's 13, I think he said. Go look it up. Drunken Peasants podcast. Well, this guy, he says, well, I kind of enjoyed it. And I guess he never really said that he advocated pedophilia. He never said it. What he was saying was that there are people, gay members of our society, who are boys, who like it if an older man pays attention to them physically. I mean, that's essentially what he was trying to say. Right or wrong, I mean, if he was saying, I mean, okay, let's think about this from, I'm sure I'm going to have some female audience out there. But just to enlighten you, if I was 13, I was a raging hormone. And if prominent female figure, and it wouldn't necessarily even, I wouldn't even care how ugly she was or fat she was. At that point, 13, never been with a woman, never saw her naked. Nobody's ever touched me. I've never touched a woman. I would love for an older woman to just ravage my body. Now, this is locker room conversation. You talk to any guy. I can go to my construction site tomorrow, and I can pose the question, hey, if you were 13, when you were 13, did you want like a teacher or someone in your church pew that was older come up and grab you? Come up and give you a kiss? Come up and fondle you? Everybody would say yes. Especially if you're attracted to them. You know, this doesn't change. Especially, I mean, just think about that. Just think about that for a second. I'll be back for the second segment. Come in 4 segments, 15 minutes each. Stick around.